Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to use branches and workflows in HubSpot, a powerful way to automate your processes and create tailored paths for your contacts and records. By the end of this tutorial, you'll know how to set up branches, use if-then logic, and organize your workflows so they work smarter for your business. Let's dive right in. First things first, you'll want to navigate to workflows within your HubSpot account. To do this, go to the top navigation bar, click on Automations, and then select Workflows from the dropdown. If you're new to workflows, don't worry. This area is where all the magic happens. Think of it as the central hub for automating repetitive tasks. Now, you've got the choice to either work with an existing workflow or start fresh. Maybe you're refining an onboarding sequence, or perhaps you're building something brand new. Either way, select the workflow you want to edit, or click on Create Workflow to begin from scratch. Now, let's add an action to your workflow. You'll see each step in your workflow represented visually, and to insert a new action, just click on the little plus icon, usually a circle with a plus sign inside, at the spot where you want to add your branch. This step is crucial. It's kind of like planting a fork in the road for your contacts, letting you customize what happens next depending on who they are or what they've done. Once you've clicked on the plus icon, a panel on the right side will open with a list of possible actions. Scroll or type to find Branch Off, which is listed under the Workflow Actions section. Selecting Branch Off is what unlocks conditional logic. Essentially, you'll now be able to tell HubSpot, if this is true, do this. If not, do something else. It's similar to the way real-life decisions work. Imagine sorting mail into different bins based on what department it belongs to. Next comes the heart of the process, defining your conditions. Here, you're setting the criteria HubSpot will use to decide which records go down which path. This is typically based on property values, such as contact property lifecycle stage is customer, or deal property amount is greater than 500. You can even use criteria like whether someone is a member of a certain list, or if a record has triggered a specific activity. Take your time crafting these conditions. They're the rules that drive the automation, and don't worry if you're not sure which criteria to use at first. It's common to adjust these over time as you learn more about what works for your goals. For every branch you define, HubSpot will automatically create a none met branch as well. What this means is that any records that don't meet your specific criteria will automatically follow the alternative path. This safety net ensures you're not leaving anyone out or having records get stuck without action, like a default catch-all for everything that doesn't fit your original logic. To keep things organized, especially as your workflows grow, it's helpful to name each branch descriptively. Instead of just Branch 1 or Branch 2, use names like New Customer Path or High Value Deals. That way, you and your colleagues can instantly understand what each branch is for. Good naming makes troubleshooting and editing so much easier down the road. Once you've set your branches and named them, go ahead and hit Save. This will add the branch action to your workflow, and from here, you can continue building out the steps that should happen for each group of records. And that's it. Now you know how to add branching logic to your HubSpot workflows. Using branches helps you deliver the right actions to the right contacts, making your automations more intelligent and efficient. If this walkthrough was helpful, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you have any questions about branching or workflow setup, just drop them in the comments and I'll be happy to help. And remember to subscribe if you want more tutorials on mastering HubSpot and other automation tools. I've got plenty more coming your way. Thanks for watching.